Alright, so just a really quick update. I have not had a ton of time to read, but I've started Words of Radiance. I've so far only read the prologue, and I'm super excited. Even in the prologue, there were so many things, and I've already got all these ideas and things that I'm thinking of and trying to see if that's where the rest of the story is going to go, so I'm super excited about that. Also, I didn't know this, but I just recently watched a book review of The Way of Kings, and in that video they were talking about how book 1 is heavily focused on Kaladin and book 2 is heavily focused on Shallan. And I'm so excited because following Shallan was so much fun for me. I don't know why. She just was one of my favorite characters super easily, and I'm super excited now to read Words of Radiance and follow her story out, because it's just a super exciting book for me. So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take me. It's probably going to take me a long time, but I'm going to try and get this one read as fast as possible because I'm so excited to read it. Other than that, I don't really have much to say in the way of what I've been reading recently. Alright, I'll see you next time.
Hi everyone, welcome back. So I have been working through the Silmarillion, trying to finish it up. We're still in the month of May for a couple more days. I've made a lot of progress. I've been listening to the audiobook and then going back and reading some things in the book as I missed a little bits here and there. I've also found that a couple YouTube videos on specific characters or the explanations are really, really helpful. So I've watched several of those and have just been plugging away at this. I will try and get it done. My listening to the Silmarillion may go into June just a little bit, but I know that I'll get through it. I'm 1/3 of the way through the book, I believe. It's separated into 3 books and I just finished section 1. There's a lot to grasp and I'm having a hard time with it, which is why I'm supplementing the audiobook with reading the actual book and some of the YouTube videos in addition to help me understand it better. There's some really, really cool things. Some of it's very vivid, some of it's very vague. It's not something I would normally read, and I'm really happy that I'm challenging myself to push through this and to get it, because I think in the long run I'll really enjoy it. And I think it'll be encouraging to me for my own world building and my own stories. On the side, I've also started All Things Bright and Beautiful by James Herriot. This is the second book written by him, the first one being All Creatures Great and Small. It's about a veterinary and some of his work in the Dales. I like it. It's a little bit descriptive of the processes he's doing, but I find that interesting. I've had animals all my life, so it's interesting to me. Very enjoyable, relaxed read, I guess, and I've just been picking it up here and there in the evenings when I don't want to listen to the Silmarillion. I'm focusing on the Silmarillion right now, but reading All Things Bright and Beautiful in the meantime. I do have the audiobook for Dune. I am going to finish the Silmarillion first before I dive into that. I know you guys were wondering what it's like, if it's a good one, so I'll keep you posted. That's all for now.
Okay, so quick update. I haven't had a lot of time to read, so I haven't made it very far. I have read a little bit though. I am now 2 chapters into Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. I'm enjoying it so much. It's so much fun to read. Like I said in my last update, I am so excited to follow Shallan more so than anybody else, kind of. I mean, I love Kaladin and I'm so excited to follow Kaladin as well. But I'm super excited to follow Shallan because she's just such a fun character. I don't know, I just really love her character. She's very unique. And I mean, Kaladin's cool. I loved Kaladin's arc in the last one, so I'm excited to see where he continues and everything, but I'm just really enjoying following Shallan right now. Other than that, I don't really have much to say. That's about all I've got for today's update, but it's good to actually be reading this book. I've been trying to for so long now, and I finally get to. See you in a little bit.
Hi everyone, I wanted to do my update for y'all. So I've been working through the Silmarillion and I'm getting a lot closer to being done. I am about halfway and I've made it a point to listen to it more frequently. So I am making good progress on it. I haven't made much more progress on All Things Bright and Beautiful, but I am getting the Silmarillion done. It's a hard book for me. I don't like books that don't have like a story to follow. I don't know, because it has a story. It is a story, but it's a history as well, and it's written in a very challenging way. Goodness, can you see all these mosquitoes? That's my update. I'm working through the Silmarillion, and I think I will be really glad that I read the Silmarillion when I finish, which is why I'm reading it through and not just DNFing it. So, yeah. And that's it.
Alright, so this is just going to be a super fast update because since last time we talked, I have only read one chapter of the Words of Radiance. So I don't really have a whole lot to talk about other than that there's a ton of mosquitoes out here right now. But it's super cool. This part of what I love about this world, about this series, is the magic system and how everything all ties together. And this last chapter was exploring like probably my favorite part of the entire world. It's just such a cool and interesting and unique magic system, and I'm so excited to continue learning more about it. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say, so yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Hi everyone, I wanted to do my midweek update for you. I'm still working through the Silmarillion. I've gotten a lot further along, just plugging away. I'm approaching the Beren and Luthien story, which is one I was really excited for. I'm also getting closer to the bit about the dragons, which I was really interested in hearing about for my own world building. So I don't really have anything else to say. I've pretty much given you my thoughts on the Silmarillion already. It's hard for me to read. I'm glad I'm reading it, and I am hoping to finish it soon. My progress on All Things Bright and Beautiful has been minimal and really unremarkable, so I will remark on that another time. Bye.
Alright guys, so quick update for the end of the week and the end of our 2-week period. I am now 7 chapters into Words of Radiance, and I'm loving it, but something also happened that I really hate, and I think something might change, and I think I don't quite have the whole story yet. Obviously I don't have the whole story, I'm only 8 chapters in, but I think that there's going to be some twists that, well, there already was one that I was not expecting, and I didn't like it. So we'll see how I feel as I continue reading it. But it is a really interesting and super fun to read book so far. I'm just having so much fun exploring this world and learning more about this world. Brandon Sanderson is amazing. I think I can easily say he's top 3 favorite authors. Also, I picked up another book for my TBR this month, and that is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. So I will also be reading that this month along with The Old Man and the Sea, I guess. Alright, I will see you guys.
Hi all, I wanted to let you know what's happening for the end of the week. I am rapidly approaching the end of the Silmarillion. I finished the chapter section of the book, and I'm on to the, I don't know, there's a couple other short stories, I guess, at the end of the Silmarillion, and that's what I'm on to now. Hoping to finish this up maybe Sunday, tomorrow, maybe Monday. We'll get it done though, and then I'll move on to Dune, I believe, the audiobook. Probably my favorite thing in the Silmarillion so far is hearing little bits of characters that I know from Lord of the Rings or from The Hobbit. So I've heard a little bit about Galadriel. I've heard a little bit about, in sort of an offhanded way, the Children of Durin, of which we meet characters in The Hobbit. Probably my favorite stories so far are the story of Beren and Luthien, the story of Morgoth and Ungoliath when they killed the trees of light. I don't even know. Like, I catch little bits and most of it is going over my head. And I don't know if it's worth it to be reading it, but maybe this time, maybe I'll read it, and in a couple of years I'll read it again and it'll kind of fit together better. The other thing that I really liked about the Silmarillion is, I don't know why this stood out to me, but I learned that the dwarves wear frightening masks when they're in battle, and it frightened certain, I think it said it frightened the dragons actually and helped them with their fight against the dragons. That was just really interesting to me for some reason. I thought that was a neat story aspect. So if you love lore in a fantasy world and you kind of feed off that as you read, you'd probably really like the Silmarillion. And it is well written. It's written kind of as an epic. It's a weird book, y'all. If you decide to try and read it, I hope you get more out of it than me, and I hope you enjoy it, because there's some gems, some real Silmarils in here in the Silmarillion. That's it. We'll see you guys later.